if you said, if you try to break in my house, I'm going to shoot you, why would you have to give a solution to how I can get in your house if you've told me, look, you try to break in my house, you got a problem? That's common sense what the solution is. If I say the reason why people aren't dating black women is because they got a bad attitude, why would someone say, well, what's the solution?
Half of it. One of the reasons why Tommy makes as many videos as he makes isn't because his ad revenue per video is high. It's not. It's very small because of the amount of
Hello. This video right here was a video that where Tommy and this guy named Dean Cole, Tommy Sotomayor and Dean Cole, a guy named Dean Cole. He's like he's not a financial advisor, but he helps people get funding and help businesses grow. And the original video of what I'm talking about today was actually put up on YouTube several years back. I don't remember the exact year, but this debate between Tommy Sotomayor and this Dean Cole guy was actually a really great segment. It was about I don't know, 2 hours or more, and they had a pretty good conversation. And the whole conversation, from what I saw, was talking about Dean Cole was telling Tommy, hey, you can find a better way to say what you're saying when you're telling black people that they're this and that they're that. They need to change this, to change that. And he says that, Dean Cole says that Tommy is focusing too much on the negative aspect of the black community and not doing what he called was executing corrective action. Corrective action is what Dean Cole was referring to, which I agree with. Corrective action is, I believe, the next step after you expose a situation and you point out something in love, and I did a previous video where I talked about when we're coming to our fellow people and we need to bring up something that is detrimental. When you use the aspect of love, it always works. You know what I'm saying? It always you alleviate the tense atmosphere when you come to a person in love. So I think corrective action is important, as Dean Cole expressed. Now, the video that I have up on the screen, it's not the original video. It's kind of a response video by Dean Cole talking about that previous conversation he had with Tommy Sotomayor. I may do another video once I find that original video, but this is Dean Cole's response to that full conversation they had. But I did, however, have the luxury previously to see the actual original video. Now, back to the discussion between Tommy Sotomayor and Dean Cole. Dean Cole expresses that, hey, Tommy, hey, you need to focus on corrective action. I know you're pointing out the ills of society and especially black people, but everybody takes that a negative way, and I think it's another way you can do it. Tommy, on the other hand, expresses that, hey, I don't have to do what I do in another way. This is who I am. This is the way I express what I see, and it's up to you to take it to the next step. Now, both of them have points on both sides. Tommy doesn't have to take it to the very next step. Tommy is basically pointing out that, hey, in the black community, we're killing ourselves. This is crazy. This is just an example. He didn't really focus on this particular topic, but he's pointing out, hey, we as black women, the black women or black people, we're in this segment in society, and we're messing up. We're doing this, but Dean Cole expressing, hey, so how do we get out of this situation? You just saying what you're saying, and you're just talking that bad and down to black people, but you're not giving corrective action, which I do agree with. And like I said, there's there's key points on both sides. But what I would say on Tommy Sotomayor's end, Tommy Sotomayor, he probably could, if he wanted to, use softer words. He could use softer words. He could say things in a nicer way. He could be more not as aggressive when he speaks about the ills of black community. As he stated, he said that, well, a lot of times when you're nice, when you're saying something nice to us, and you're trying to be as polite as possible or whatever, a lot of people don't receive it. We only receive things better when you talk the same way our community talks. So he has to dish it out to them or expose the community the same way in the same language that we understand. And I understand that philosophy to a certain point. I do agree with Tommy in the aspect of his only job, as he was saying, is to deliver the message. Hey, we are messing up. We're okay. And he gave a lot of examples, but example that I would use in par with what he was saying. Hey, if you're touching a hot stove and the stove burns you and you keep touching it, you're going to keep on getting burned. Then what is your solution? Your solution is to stop doing that thing that's bringing harm. So that's, from what I gathered, that's what Tommy was saying. Hey, the black community, we're jacking stuff up. We're out of hand over here. Whether he's talking about black women or black men, we're shooting up each other's in gangs and things of that nature, or whatever the case may be. He's saying, okay, he's just exposing the things that he sees. Now, I do have a point on Dean Cole's side. He said, okay, well, what's the next step? What's the next step? How do we solve this? What is the corrective action? Well, Tommy was just saying that, hey, it's not my job to tell you the solution. I'm just telling you the first step is to just stop what you're doing. So there's a little middle ground here. So if you look at both of their arguments, Tommy is saying, hey, stop what you're doing. Let's say if he's talking to black men that's being violent, shooting up each other senselessly, put down the guns is what Tommy is saying. Put down the guns, stop shooting each other. And Dean Cole is saying, okay, what's the next step? The next step is X, Y, and Z. Well, Tommy isn't giving the next step X, Y, and Z. So there's nothing wrong with what Tommy is saying. Even though Tommy is not giving what the next steps are, he's just saying the first step, at the very least, as a black community, we can just stop all the craziness. Baby mamas stop taking these men to court or whatever the case may be. That might be relative, because certain situations, she may need to take the man to court, but that's not the topic. But he's just saying whatever the destructive thing we're doing in black community is, we just, at least the first thing we can at least do, even if I don't have the answer, as Tommy was saying, I don't have the answer to what the next step is. But let's, at the very least, let's just stop acting crazy. Let's just stop doing doing the destructive things. At least let's do that. And after that, we can search for what the next answer is. Now, Dean Cole seems to have the next answer. He believes in corrective action. Okay, we can put programs together to help our black community to stop so many women from having babies on their own with no father in the home. It's different programs, different things of prevention, a lot of things that can be executed to take it to the next step on how to make things better. So, and the video was so impactful. It was a lot in this video, and I'm sorry I can't go through all the aspects without having the original video on hand to share in the comments below, in the description below. But it was a very good conversation. And so that was the gist that I got between Tommy Sotomayor and Dean Cole. Is Tommy illustrates the problem. Dean Cole illustrated, hey, what's the next step? How do we provide a solution? So the solution from what I gathered, was to at least we can just stop the craziness of what we're doing to harm our community, and we can search for what the next step is. Now, Tommy said that, hey, I'm just telling you all what the problem is. Dean Cole, if you want to tell the viewers or tell our black community what the next step is to take it from there, you can do that. Or the viewers, the people who are downing Tommy, this and third, you all take the mantle and take it to the next step on what the solution is. Tommy is just saying, hey, stop doing the bad stuff. And while you're in that standstill, you provide a way to go the other direction. So, and Dean Cole had some callers call in, and I do want to point this out. He had a caller that called in that was talking about Tommy. He said, Tommy, man, you're destructive to the black community. You had someone, I know of people who have actually killed themselves over your words and this and third. Now, I don't know if there's any proof to that or anything like that. And bear in mind, I'm not bigging up Tommy. I'm not bigging up Dean Cole. I don't know any of these brothers. I can care less. I've just seen so many videos about Tommy Sotomayor, it doesn't make any sense. And so I'm just on the outskirts looking in. Who is this Tommy Sotomayor guy that everybody's talking about? What are these videos about? So I just looked up the videos and see what the hoopla is about. And so I'm just giving my 2 cents on what I'm seeing since this has been a topic about this Tommy guy. So this guy that called in for Dean Cole said to Tommy, hey, I know of people who've actually committed suicide, who've killed themselves because of the way that you were speaking and talking about them on the radio. Now, like I said, I believe Tommy could have a softer approach, and I think a lot of people have stated that. Have a softer approach, man, people to receive it better. That may be true, but that's not true with everybody. Everybody is not going to accept the truth just because you say it nicely. You know what I'm saying? You know, there's women out there that won't even date you because you're too nice. They like the thug. They like the, you know, you got to have a little edge to you. You got to have a little grit. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's not going to accept the truth when it's said softly. So I'm not necessarily taking any points from Tommy for illustrating the ills of the black community in the fashion that he does. But this gentleman said on the line, he said that, hey, there are people that have harmed themselves or killed themselves or depressed or down because of the way you're illustrating the facts of what's going on. Now, there's 2 things here. Like I already expressed, Tommy doesn't have to acquiesce to that. He can say it how he wants to. Tommy is only illustrating what the problem is. He can say it using curse words. He can say it being mean or whatever. But I believe there is some truth to that. After you get through your hurt feelings of hearing what Tommy said, oh, my feelings are hurt because Tommy said it this way. The truth is still the truth after that. You know, I believe the truth is still the truth. Like I said, I'm doing this video. It's not. This isn't about Tommy. I'm looking for facts. I'm sitting back, sipping my own coffee, listening as a spectator from the outside looking in. I don't know anybody in this scenario, Tommy, Dean Cole, or anyone. So I'm sitting back, just watching as a person that doesn't know anybody, and giving my opinion on whatever the truth is. Whatever the truth is and whatever the facts are, whatever is logically sound, that's all I care about. And so this caller said, hey, I know people are killing themselves, harming themselves because of your videos. Well, if you are listening to someone on the radio telling you that, hey, you are stupid for trying to jump off a bridge, or you are stupid, you are crazy, what's wrong with you? You're breaking in people's houses, and he's calling you all kind of names. Well, the name calling will probably hurt you, but at the same time, you could look at yourself and say, hey, you know what? I am breaking in these folks' houses. That ain't right. I don't like the way Tommy said what he said. That was kind of harsh, man. But after you get over that, there's a second part to it, man. Brother, you got to look at yourself and say, okay, well, I don't like the way he said that, but, you know, I am breaking in folks' houses. Hey, well, I was trying to jump off this bridge. That is kind of crazy. So the way that Tommy says what he says, that shock should just be temporary. Get over that. Weigh the thoughts of what Tommy is saying by whether it's true or not. Yeah. I've listened to a lot of his videos. I don't like the way he said a lot of stuff. Yeah, he was harsh. He was overly aggressive. Yes, I agree with most people on that. But I also have to look at it from the second part of it. Is what he's saying sound? Does it make sense? Is it logical? Am I examining my own self to say, hey, am I doing something wrong in my life? Examine my own self. And so I urge people to examine yourself. Is there anything in your community, in your family, that you're doing that is being detrimental? You know, are you running around in a gang or shooting up or whatever you're doing, whatever the case may be? You know, when it comes down to the black community, examine yourself. If you see there's room for change, then I think you can change. So I think that's ultimately what Tommy Sotomayor and Dean Cole, both of them are really pointing in the right direction. The only conversation they was having in the approach, in the way that it can be done to reach the most people. I don't think there's a 100% correct answer. I think the main answer is we do need to point out the issue that we're having in the black community. And as far as executing a solution base, well, the solution base can start with just recognizing that you have an issue or a problem or that you're doing something wrong. So in that aspect, I think Tommy is right. And I think Dean Cole is right. Hey, corrective action. We have to, after we stop the problem, after we stop doing the bad stuff, what's the next step? How do I build myself back up now? So I think both of their points are valid, and I think both of their points are needed in order to excel in any situation, not just in the black community, in all communities. So I wish I had that original video. And I did want to say that when the caller said that people were killing themselves, well, if you're that stupid to kill yourself over something somebody said on the internet, then you are at fault. I don't care how crazy somebody talked to me over the internet. I'm not going to go kill myself because I didn't like the way they said it. I'm going to look at what they said. If what they said is true, I'm going to look at myself and say, hey, I need to straighten up. You know, I need to correct it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to kill myself or do something bad for me. It's no use to me being depressed over something someone said. Now, not saying that there are people out there that won't be depressed or this and third, but I think in a lot of those cases there may be a deeper issue there that they need to get counseling for, and I think counseling is important in the black community, in all communities. But I think that'll help us do better. But Tommy is saying, don't kill the messenger. I'm just relaying the message. It's up to you to get your house in order and get your situation together. So I don't fault Tommy for that. I will say, Tommy could soften his message. I wouldn't even say soften. There's other approaches he can take. But if Tommy doesn't decide to take any other approach in the way he's saying it, I'm not going to down him for that or make videos against him or anything like that. I'm just looking at the facts. So that's my 2 cents on this. And as soon as I found an original video, I'll put it up. But, just trying to sell this something that can probably help us as a black community, as a community at large. And hopefully I said something that you can take and apply to your own life. So, so that's it. And look forward to my next video. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll holler back at you later.